Hello class, my name is Tracy Schultz and this is my integrative learning project. How might I maintain a relationship with my dad while protecting my inner peace? The reason this is so important to me is because in the past 6 years I've been on a personal journey to inner peace, and I believe I'm on the path. I believe I'm there, but there are certain things that disrupt my inner peace, and toxic people are one of them. And I believe that the relationship with my dad, there are elements to it that has toxicity to it, and if it wasn't my dad, I would just choose to move on and not interact with him, but he's my dad and I love him. So that's why this is important to me, because I love my dad and I want to have a relationship with him. But I also want to have inner peace, and I found that is what is making me most happy right now. The stakeholders in my project would be, of course, myself and my dad being the main stakeholders, and that's who I really focus on a lot. But it does trickle off to my siblings and also my children, and that's just because we're all involved. My dad is involved with all of his siblings' lives, and he has the same thoughts towards them regarding their salvation, I guess you can say, and so it does affect them as well, and we all talk about it. So they're all stakeholders, but the main stakeholders are definitely myself and my dad. So what is the problem? So my dad believes that there is one way to live, period. He believes that for me, he believes that for you, he believes that for his neighbor, he believes that for everybody. And anybody who's not living his way is wrong. Just to put it quite frankly, he's right and everybody else is wrong. And like I said, I tend to stay away from people who have that mindset and that are closed-minded, but this is my dad. And like I keep saying, I love him and I want to have a relationship with him. We've always had a relationship, and just because I'm on a path that is not his at all and he thinks that I'm not right, doesn't mean that I don't miss that relationship with him and I don't want it in my life. I've always been told what to believe. I was LDS for 40 years. 6 years ago, I left the religion, and I divorced a man who had the same political beliefs as my dad, very strong, opinionated. Everybody who thought differently than them are stupid. And I'm just learning a lot that I am quite different than how I was raised, and it's a really good feeling. I'm on my journey, I'm finding enlightenment, and I have a very open mind. I'm still learning every day. I'm open to the possibilities as well, but I know what doesn't bring me peace. So my two models were that either I can open-mindedly revisit Christianity that my dad really believes in and believes that is right for me and everybody else, and truly study that religion again and see if it's where my heart is led to, with an open mind. Or I can set clear boundaries with him and say, you can't tell me anything regarding religion or politics ever again, and we can have a great relationship, or no relationship at all. So those were the two models that I've been working with. And the pathway that I chose to go with was the double down approach, and it really spoke to my soul. I felt so good about it. So basically I would take my OR model, so to set the clear boundaries and have him not ask me to do anything politically or religiously ever again, But to take the positives of the either, which is pleasing my dad and having a good relationship with him, that's something that we both want. I know that he wants this from me. I know that I want it from him. It's something that we both value. So I can enhance it. So right now we just hardly see each other at all, even though we live so close to each other. We rarely talk, and that's because I have a fear that he's going to bring up, what he thinks I should do religiously or politically again, and so I just avoid it all the time. So this way, if I knew it was never going to come up, I would be happy to drop by, to text him, to send silly dad jokes and text about the Angel Games and the Olympics and everything. I would love that. I miss that. But right now it's not happening because I'm afraid of it coming up. So I'm willing to just really enhance our relationship if he's able to honor those boundaries. And I know my dad, I know that he values a relationship, and I really think that he would honor this and that it would really work. I feel really good about it. I'm excited. And I think that if I can just trust the process and that my dad can trust the process, and that's one thing that I really do think that he is a little more open-minded about, that everything's going to be okay.